Yo, what's good? What's good, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of You Football in the Morning. Hey, rise and grind, rise and shine, live with a purpose, be intentional. Make sure that you guys are getting to the bag. Although money ain't everything, it's necessary. So, man, make sure y'all putting y'all kids in a position to become grown men. I thank y'all again. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button on your way in. That's how we continue to get the channel out in the algorithm. I appreciate every last one of y'all. So basically, man, this is somewhat of a recap from last night. So, I just appreciate, just the support and the love that we've been getting. Obviously there's some opposition. I did see something that I also want to talk about. I seen when I mentioned about the So Icy and Bessemer, right? I think it was taken obviously the wrong way, which I don't care. I just know I'm gonna say what I feel. Whatever I feel, I'm gonna say. That's just how it is. But what I was trying to get at was this: you cannot have a team come to your backyard and then you not play the team, especially if the team's willing to play. They coming, to a place that people say they never come to. So if that's the case, right? If that's the case, if somebody decide to come to your hometown and you've been saying that, hey, come here, come to my town, and then all of a sudden they get there, and then it's like, nah, we ain't gonna play you because I don't like the conditions or the stipulations. Like, bro, man, after all that's politics. See, that's where I go veer right. You know what I'm saying? I don't do politics. A lot of people know this about me. I do not do the politics.
What's going on?
When I see some of that, bro, I'm just gonna say what I feel. Just let people understand that, you know, um, like the requirements were met. It's just that, you gotta be willing to, play the game. And we can no longer say that Bessemer is not willing to travel. They definitely did that. You know what I'm saying? Lee Thornton, he said, "What's up, my guy?" He says, "Georgia Force checking in." Hey man, what's up with Georgia Force? I haven't seen them in a minute. I haven't seen, what they can do yet. I don't know. I don't think they joined the war zone, but I would like to see them, right? Um, but yeah, man, some of the stuff. Hey, what's up, coach?
What's happening, man?
Not much, bro. What is it that you want to talk about, man?
I've been stirring the pot all morning, man.
You say what?
I said I've been stirring the pot all morning.
Ah, man, continue.
Man, I've been having for some fun with it, man. Getting ready to go down here to Bama, man. Just stirring the pot up, man. Making this shit a little bit more exciting.
Who you been messing with?
Man, I was messing with them Florida folk, man, cause them niggas, boy. I'm 2 seconds off removing them 12-year-olds out the 11U group, man. They be making me mad. Nah, I'm just kidding. But man, them folks crazy.
Oh no, you got some stuff going on, bruh.
Nah,
Um,
he moved the garage. He was moving
oh,
it.
okay.
But yeah, man, just trolling on Yoshi, man, cause that fool is crazy.
So yeah, but what was your thoughts, man, for the game? Did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah, I seen every game this weekend except for the games in Georgia, aka World Media. But I even seen games in Vegas, California, Arizona. But I couldn't watch no games in famous old Georgia.
Hey, look, man, while you saying that, I had to mess with you last night. While you saying that, bro, they ain't never had a media. I'm sorry, never had live media. Like,
Yeah, but all right, I understand like the after effect, what y'all do is dope. You know what I mean? But when you got people traveling in that can't travel and support their babies, they want to see that. They don't want to have to go through a needle in a haystack to try to watch their babies.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, bro,
At the same time, what? That's what you told me about my event. Oh, well, nobody seen it because you wasn't live. But we
I
got
know,
after
and you
our,
don't go, and that's what makes it crazy to me.
but we don't have no type of media presence down here. It's a difference. We don't have none. It's a difference. If we had something, it'll be there, but we don't have none. We on iPhones, and it's not like y'all. We not the South. You know what I mean? But we expecting, if we travel, like if our Firehawk 10 you would have went down there, one of our parents would have had to go live. We couldn't even see the whole event because he ain't like, we got to witness the West Memorial. We got to witness the Las Vegas vibe. We got to witness what happened in Florida this weekend. Like, we got to feel the vibes. We couldn't get to feel the war zone excitement. All we can do is go by mouth of word. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by, and what Board Chaser do After Effect, what y'all do After Effect, of course. But we don't get to see that. We got to see what happened at West Memorial. It was a movie every game. It was lovely. You
Hey,
know,
man.
not to what your heart be like, but that's all I'm saying. But hey,
Hey, I
yeah.
feel you, bro. I definitely feel you. I know you wanted to be able to spy and not get spied on, man.
No,
I know that.
support even the younger. I like watching teams like Bessemer. They did a good job of recording all their games through one of their parents. Chent was live all weekend, all of their games through Bessemer. We got to watch every Bessemer game. That was great for the people from Bama that couldn't make it down there. They got to watch Bessemer all weekend. Shit,
Yeah.
that's great. But that's what I'm just speaking for, just a fan of the football, not necessarily trying to spot. Forget Voodoo. I didn't get to watch the Tucker game. None of those games. I didn't get to
Hey,
watch them. You know what I mean?
I want to tell you about Tucker. Tucker, I'm telling you. You know, Voodoo just played them. Now,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this: if they get that number X, bro, just shut everything down. Just shut everything down. That dude is a beast. He plays the defensive line. I think he's a tackle, bro. I'm telling you, dog. I don't see nobody stopping him.
Well, guess what? Tucker don't let him go.
He's a Tucker. Hey man, what if they end up coming? You know,
I
with
hope it's the coach's son. Hmm.
he a dog though. I'm telling you, just they get him, bro. It's bad, bro. That's all I gotta say. That middle gonna be protected.
But yeah, I wanted to get on the man Yoshi too, man, because I just be watching everything. Like I said, I'm in everybody group. I'm a fan of 11U and just football. You know what I mean? He be on a mean troll, boy. He be on a mean troll. That's funny.
Yeah. Hey man, shout out to Simon. Low was good. Was good. But nah, bro, I saw some really good football. But like just to give them their credit, not mention them, I want to say for Tucker, you got X, you got number 15, lockdown defender. You have number 6, right? Who is a horse. You got number 5, who, to me, kind of he just stand out, right? He just stand out a little bit more because he plays the defense and the offensive side. But man, bro, Tucker, they have a lot of great pieces, bro. They have a lot of great players. It's just that, can you dial it up the way that you need it? As you can see, I mean, obviously Voodoo end up beating them, I think 28-0. But the offense, the thing is, they can't keep they can't keep the defense off the field because the offense is not providing. I mean, they literally didn't score in the Bessemer game. They had a couple opportunities to do so. They couldn't score. I think they ended up winning their next game, right? Versus a less caliber team. But they, bro, to me, they kind of along the lines of what's that team? Um,
Uh,
Houston.
Houston.
Houston. The Wolfpacks. Like Houston is good enough to beat all of the top like rec teams, but they're not good enough to beat any of the top
Yeah.
tier ranked teams nationally. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see with them, bro.
So did the 404, did they What was their ending score on their second game?
You said 404?
Yeah, what was the ending score on that game?
Um, you talk about with Voodoo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was they didn't score.
Damn, it was 28-0 or some shit.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. No, I think though the 28-0 was Tucker. I think with them, it was probably like something similar. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. With Voodoo, as I was trying to tell you, bro, Voodoo sometimes, bro, like they can play with their food, right? They know they got a game won, and sometimes they could just play around. Now, when they play against a team like yours, do you think they're gonna take do you think they're gonna take any days, plays off? Like, no, they're gonna try to play every single play.
For
This
me,
is
I
this
don't
is
think I don't think no team ever really try to take no plays off. They just try to run plays that they normally don't run. If that's what you kind of mean. But taking the play off, he not allowing them to play 90%. He want 150% every time, just knowing the coach. Ain't no taking no play off. Maybe changing your little plays around to try to work some shit, some new shit in. Yeah. But taking play off, nah.
hey
Mistake
man.
happen.
Faith Family Football say, can you ask Coach Trayvon what happened to number 9 running back for SED 11U?
He was hurt. He was hurt. If they had him, they beat Brick City. He was hurt.
So that's why they didn't win.
Bro, he changes the game like number 2 changes the game. You not understanding. He was hurt. I was looking for him the whole game. That's why they had that little bitty running back there. That little short guy, he would not be back there. They'd have a big ass bruiser back there.
Got you.
Somebody just like Aiden, but probably a little bit more athletic and faster. But he's not as big as Aiden. But you know what I mean? He's just a little. He's athletic and big. He's a
Yeah.
bruiser, bro. He's him. That's why I was looking the whole game like, where this kid at? Where he at? But he hurt.
Yeah, man. So what's your thoughts on the game, bro? You didn't even do a
I think it
breakdown.
was a great game. It was a great game. I feel like if SED didn't have as much mistakes as they had, I feel like the game would have been different. But it was a great game. I mean, they Fanatic said last night, they exposed all them shinks in the armor on Brick City. And like I said the last time I was on here, anybody that can coach good is not about to let them crash out on the O line. And what they do, like I said, Voodoo gonna do. They gonna chop them. They gonna slow them down. They gonna go on a 2 count. They ain't gonna let them just crash out. They've been watching Brick City just use the bigger crash out role against teams. But a motherfucker that know how to coach, shit ain't gonna work. And of course, you can't stop number 2 because the way he was running with the pools, staying skinny, getting skinny, evading the tackle. He's so little, man. You can't. That was amazing watching him run like that. But hey,
Again, this is what I mean when they say, "Oh man, you just worry about three such and such age kids and stuff like that." Now, who are the ones that's performing? The ones that's not really supposed to be there. Like I like number 1, but
number 1 is deadly. He is deadly. But number 2 just all right. Number 2 make you pay more attention to the box. You know what I mean? And that's why um Pouncey can pull so good and roll out because everybody's focused on number 2. But if number 2 wasn't there and number 1 wasn't at receiver when they do, and only number 1 was in the backfield, the defensive game plan changed because none of their receivers have showed you he got hands or he got good route running or this and that. They didn't show you that. We seen that with SCD receivers. We ain't see that with Brick City receivers. So they one dimensional if you really think about it. Yeah, everybody catches a head top go ball. Okay, who cares? That is what it is. But they haven't showed you like, oh, they got a dynamic receiver like MGR, number 4, new crazy receiver. Like they haven't showed you that. So they're not a two-way team. They are literally a run team. They haven't gave me as a defensive coordinator like, fuck, I need to worry about they receivers. Nah, they haven't. They good at what they do. They big in the interior and they good at what they do. And they did show a little bit more the airplane going over the crib. But they did show a little bit more of the blocking technique with the pulling and all that with they big guys. I did see more of that. So they did, coach up their O line, but like they D line wasn't ready for that chopping. They wasn't ready to use their hands. They wasn't coached up on using their hands on getting off the chop block. Them motherfuckers was falling down there every play. They was chopping them. Foul, 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 foul. All you see is a domino effect every play. Foul, foul. And I feel like if SCD would have ran more with Aiden earlier in the first half, they probably would have been a little different. But it was a good game. That was one of the best games I've seen in Little League since I've been coaching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a hell of a statement right there.
Since I've been coaching, yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, so like, is there anything that made you want to just say, man, like I wasn't, up for playing versus this team because of the conditions?
Nope,
Did it make you?
know what I stand on. My mind don't change.
Got you.
I still stand on it.
Okay, but yeah, man, there are some couple teams out there that you definitely wanted to put on display, right? So they made, congratulations, you played yourself. So you end up making, our list, right? So the first one, I'm gonna allow you to announce it, right? So as I say it, the first one will be
Y'all gotta stop ducking. All that saying y'all gonna pop out and then last minute excuses, oh, we can't get our equipment or we ain't in equipment yet. Man, stop that shit. Y'all knew that shit in January. Y'all knew that before y'all picked up the phone and trolled on Facebook and the groups talking about y'all ready. And that's what it be too, man. Y'all teams gotta stop that. Oh, we ready, we ready, we ready. And nigga ain't never seen you play outside 1 year. I've been doing this group since AU. I know all the history. I ain't wasn't here 6U and 7U, but 8U, you niggas can't lie to me.
so
Stop
for
it.
the people that don't know him, what's the name of this team?
They the Wild Boys out of St. Louis.
So all right, bro, you made DuckTales, not playing the games, right? Listen, you got 24 hours to respond, right? If not, you will be permanently on this list as a ducker. And when you label a ducker, man, it's hard to get games because people are not going to take you serious. So let us know, man. Let us know what happened. All right, so the next one.
Peace. Man, y'all gotta stop that shit too, man. Stop that. Same shit, man. Stop scheduling games and having excuses and saying this and that. Man, y'all know what it is before y'all say y'all want to play a game. Check in with y'all parents in January. See what the budget like. Get that shit straight early. Oh, my parents, or oh, we ain't got equipment, or oh, our league don't want us to play outside the league. And like, bruh, if you want to go national in December, who gives a care about a league?
For sure.
If you got a national game and this is what you need to do to go national, it is what it is, bro. Play the game. Now, if you an AYF or whatever the hell, all right, but you talking about a fucking UYFL or whatever the hell, bro, that shit don't matter when you trying to call out the best teams. See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all always say, oh, YNC this or YNC. Bro, you don't really see YNC teams too much calling out teams in UYFL, Pop Warner, UTN, Snoop Dogg League. But then you got those teams that feel like, hey, we ain't getting enough praise. Hey, yeah. So, okay, we're going to get some praise. So we're going to say, yeah, we'll play such and such or this and that. And then you ain't ready for that shit. No, you ain't planning on doing none of that. That's what happened with what's your favorite team, Flame Game? That's exactly what they did. Oh, we ain't getting no praise. We ain't getting no praise. Nigga. Of course not.
Not for the Duckers. Not for the, the people that don't want to play the games, bro. My whole thing is this. Any team that's out there, if you make a game and then you somehow miraculously back out, bro, it's ducking, right? You are the worst kind of the worst because a lot of people, man, they lose out money for coaches who think this way. They may have, everything established, far as like traveling fees, may have rent, may have plane tickets, all this stuff, and you can't get that back. Now you can get a credit, but knowing the airlines, the credit only lasts for a year. So listen, man, if the game is made, the game must be played. And so, I don't want to do this, but like I said, Motor City Chiefs, you also have 24 hours to respond because we don't do no ducking. So you have officially been inducted into the Hall of Ducktails. All right. So I'm telling y'all, man, make sure y'all get to us, man. Make sure y'all let us know because, like I say, if y'all do want some smoke, make the game, play the game. And is this a team that you even looking to play now after all that?
I mean, we'll play any game because it's hard to get work in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
But don't say you're going to play the game and not show up.
And that happened. That happened. And I'm gonna get the list of all the teams that duck. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, the list is gonna be long because a lot of teams pull out of the war zone, and I'm pretty sure they pull out of the West Memorial, right? Because they don't want to play. They find out certain teams are in there, and then they don't want to play. They don't feel like they have a chance of winning. It ain't about the wins or the losses. It's about getting to work and winning when it matters. That's what a lot of people is failing to realize. That look, bro. Okay, you lost, bro. There's no shame in losing to like the top teams. Okay, at least you played them. You got an accurate measurement of where your team is. And so you just make the proper adjustments. That's how it should be going. A lot of times, bro, people think that you supposed to automatically just be good.
Yeah, for sure.
And it don't work like that. And so I don't know how true this is, so I'm not gonna speak too highly on it. But if this is accurate, this is crazy to me. So I'm hearing and check in with me, coach, if it's false or anything. So I'm hearing that some of the parents from Flock Boys was leaving damn near mid game because they were losing pretty bad. And my whole thing is
What Fly Boys team?
in Georgia.
Okay.
So I'm hearing that like this was the case. But here's why that's troubling to me. It's only 7U. When you're in 7U, there's like if they getting coached up, right, but they're losing, cool. It's only 7U. I mean, obviously you play the game to win, but if it's just one of those things like, okay, they just playing versus, tougher elite teams, all right, cool.
Ken, you can't say that though.
Why?
Because you don't know what the coach is telling the parents. If you recruiting and you're trying to be in a certain lane, and you're not just saying we just here to develop and play football, and we're gonna go to a couple tournaments and see what we got and keep it simple, and you tell them, yeah, I think we got a chance to compete, yada yada yada, woody whoop, and the results ain't resulting, parents get frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say it, but you really can't say it because you don't know what the coach is telling the parent.
Well, yeah, that's true.
If
However, as a parent, I would rather go back to the days where the parents just damn near dropped you off and they didn't see you play until the game and they were in the bleachers. I don't like coaches that's too hands on. I've had Trent Richardson on here. I've heard people like Cam Newton. I've heard people like Kobe Bryant. I've heard LeBron James. I've heard these people say, man, I don't get involved. I've heard Gilbert Arenas say this. I do not get involved with what the coaches are doing. Right? I vet the coaches first, and then I allow the coaches to coach. I'm not a parent that's going to be hands on and telling him to do the opposite of what his coaches is saying. whatever happens, then it just happens. But I have no involvement. Of course, I give, some advice or whatever, but I'm not about to try to override anything that the coach is doing. In today's time, you have parents overriding what the coaches is saying and then get mad at the coaches because they're not getting the result that they expect. So a lot of times it's not the coaches, even though I get on them the most. If I see a parent telling this child to go up or go back, and I'm seeing the coaches say go back, but then the parents is telling them to go up, and then they score on that play, and they mad at the coaches, want to blame him, but you are undermining at the fact that what you told your child is the reason why the play or that the way the play happened is because of your interference. And they don't allow the coaches to really coach no more. Now, granted, some coaches can't coach at all, but the parents should have vetted that. They should have asked certain questions. And if you don't know about it, then you need to ask somebody, hey man, how do I determine if a coach is good or not? Like, especially if you're a mother, how do I determine what should a coach know that I should be aware of to make me understand that this is a quality coach? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's a whole lot of that, bro, that's going on. So like when they were saying about Coach G, like, bro, this man does so much for a parent to even get upset with him, you know, for all that he does, because he literally reached out to me on the behalf of those kids. So he's definitely trying to get them exposure, recognition, all these things. So the one thing that I realize is that some people are very ungrateful, bro. So, I don't even fully blame the coaches, but I think you be on the coach's side specifically because you are one.
Nah, I'm neutral when it come to that because, like I said, I don't really know the background relationship because it's sometimes people only go to teams because word of mouth or the advertising that they may see. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Some people just don't go to a team because they really know how good a coach is. Sometimes they can be like, "Hey, my team is good," or "My son's going over here and he played," and then you be like, "All right, well, since little Chrisio's over there, I'm gonna go and let y'all friends in." You know what I mean? So it just it's just so much behind the scenes with being the coach and like, bruh, that shit is just a headache. That's why I say even with our team, like if we built this team or merged this team on the basis of, oh yeah, we're not going to lose at all. We're going to go straight dominate and beat Voodoo. And once we lose, we're going to break up. Of course, we expecting to break up if we're telling the parents that, and the results ain't result. You know what I mean? Okay, of course we going to expect if kids start leaving or second guessing the team, but that's not what the merge is even built off of. So you know what I mean? Like it's just like it got so much, bro.
All right, so I gotta give some pushback. If you know this is the case, why even ask?
But that's why I
Like,
say,
why even make the statement? Why ask a parent to come and and it's based off premises that you don't even know if you're going to be able to sustain.
that's just how the game goes. Sometimes it be recruiting tactics. It be recruiting tactics. I'm not saying that's what they did on a certain kid because I don't even know the kids that's having the situation. But I'm just saying you never really know. Like that's why everybody's wondering like why all the kids leaving from Voodoo and going over to Walk Down Gang. The best coaching is over there with Voodoo. Sometimes it's not about the best coaching. You see what I'm saying? You don't really know what's behind the scenes because we're not having those conversations. So we
Right.
can't tell nobody. Every time somebody asks that question, it's his side, they side, and then the truth. Because they might feel like they left for a certain reason, but they might feel like they left because of this reason. You really don't. You know what I mean? Like you really don't know unless you in that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keeping it real, like, cause we can all keep speculating on why would kids leave the best team coaching. You know what I mean? Supposedly best O line coordinator, all of that. Why would they leave that and go over there and they be getting their ass kicked by them for the last 6 years? You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? So they like, why are they going to a loser team? You see what I'm saying? But sometimes, You just don't know.
Hey, Lo he says, I'm one of those coaches with a kid on the team. He says, but I never make it about my son. He says, I barely coach my own son. Uh, when we at practice, he says, I focus on all the other kids that need to develop. He says, my son get it from me on the ride home, right in the car, and that's exactly like that's the time when hey, look, man, I watched your practice. I felt like you could have went harder. I felt like you were slacking, right? This is the time to actually kind of coach your son up and let him know what they were doing. It's never to be done during practice when the coach is just trying to tell them what they should be doing. It's like some people are very disruptive, but then you look at it like, man, look, bro, like I don't like this coach, but then you're not factoring in your part, your portion. So that's why I be telling parents, like, bro, pick a coach, stick with them, let them develop them, and y'all good. That's why some of these coaches be like having issues because they sit there and they deal with the parents' behavior, they deal with the kids' behavior, attitude, and all that stuff because they want players there. Like, bro, I would rather have a team that don't win at all than to have players and parents that's very disruptive. That's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, because I know some coaches will swoop them kids up soon as they like, oh, damn. Oh, he cussed you out. Oh, damn, he punched 3 kids. Oh, shoot. But nah, he can play. And they overlook all that, bro. And that's the biggest issue. It's like, bro, nobody stands on principle right now at all. So the players that left, I'm just gonna be flat out honest. If I'm the coach, it don't matter what team it is, I'm not accepting your child. I'm not accepting them. You leave because they lost. If you did it to them, you would do it to me. So I'm not accepting no kids after that. So the thing is, all of this stuff is correctable. It's just that people don't stand on nothing. They don't stand on principles other than, and that's why I commend you when you say, hey man, I'm not playing Brick City because of this, and this, right? So I'm not playing them. And you not playing them, I can't do nothing but respect it because you standing on principles. At least you're standing on principle. You see what I'm saying? Some people don't do that. Like they just like, oh damn, okay, yeah, he kicked about 4 people. Damn, he didn't push the coach. But man, that dude is nice, bro.
See, and it'd be like that too. Like it'd be a lot of areas where a lot of teams is fighting over 60 kids. Like, man, I ain't about to argue with no nigga about 60 kids.
Nah, you ain't supposed to. He
Yeah.
said, parents who validate their players' misbehaviors are a cancer.
Mhm.
But again, Michael Beeman, that's very true, right? But here is what I'm saying. That is easy to eradicate. That's easy to get rid of, to eliminate. All the coaches have to do, well, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I really don't see it. But here's why I don't see it. Because a lot of the time, the behavior be encouraged by some coaches. I didn't seen some people then telling, oh man, cuss, hey man, say this and that, man. And they say it, right? There's a bunch of cuss words and stuff like that. And you know what? Most times I usually be like, hey, bro, so let me see you spell this. Let me see you, what is 4 times 8? Or what is this? What is that? Because if you can't do that, and you sitting up here cussing like a sailor, I think your attention, right, is directed in the wrong places. Because a lot of these people, these kids that cuss like that, some of them are behind. but the behavior is encouraged by either some coaches or the players. I mean, are the parents. I'm sorry. So I just look at it like, bro, you going down the wrong path, but some people don't like listening, bro. That's the main thing that I get from it. So, just looking forward, man. Standing on principle. That's the only thing I can say. If you
But
can't
Ken,
do that,
do
you
you
gonna
know
be
you know how rare it is for a team to have for a coach to have their players since they was 6U and they don't leave?
yeah. Well, it is. It is very rare. The only people that I seen Coach Mark do it. I've seen Coach Sean Moffitt do it. I've seen um, Coach B Morton do it. Right.
And I want to
I've
say a core like at least 15.
Yeah, they had
At
these
least 15
players.
kids. Yeah, at least 15 kids.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had their core players. Obviously, they added some more key players, but yeah, these are the teams that I've seen. But it has to be. I think the biggest part, and you could ask me, do you think? And I'm gonna ask you, do you think part of that is stemming from the fact that they don't have relationships with these parents?
Yep. It's all about the coach and player relationship first, really, and then the coaches and the parent relationship. But a lot of people don't even work on the player and the coach relationship. So, you know, because most of the time the parent is gonna ride where their kid is really like bought into. Like they kid like a diehard this. Like the parent ain't leaving no matter what's going on if the kid really, really want to stay there. That's what happens majority of the time. But if you build that relationship, also a family environment with your parents, then yeah, they more likely to stay around. Cause like some people do build that family oriented relationship bond. So yeah, once you do that, everything is good.
Yeah, that happens often, except for this one time, which is it was this kid was running from his mom because the team was struggling and she wanted to go and he was just running, kept telling her, no, no, I'm not leaving. No. I say, okay, standing on principle, but she wanted to leave. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? She'd give it two cares about what he wanted.
Yeah.
So
Some kids will make you stay. They'll make you stay because they built that relationship and that bond. So
yeah, that's facts, man. So yeah, bro, we got a lot coming up. For y'all, I always like I say, I like the recap. Let me see what Michael Beaman said. He says, "Nah, I've had players coach relationships with plenty of athletes and lost some to Trayvon. What he says, and other teams. He says, I've learned you just have to accept that you gave them 100% and hope it helps them moving forward. Well, yeah, man, you better than Fanatic because he'll tell you. I ain't talking to you after that.
that
That
Mike,
that's what
that
that
Michael Beaman
Fanatic will
comment.
tell you.
Yeah.
Hey, you peeking,
Big
bro.
though. You can't say that though, bro, because we know the same kids. That's the thing. And our parents all know each other. They got different relationships. So you can't really say that. Like me and Michael Beaman, we started off coaching together. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you can't really say that. Yeah, they might have went over there with you, but you know how shit happened behind the scenes to where it might not even be your fault to why the kid may have left. You know what I'm saying? So it all just it's shit behind the scenes. That shit's crazy.
Man, I know we got some really good football. Hey, I do want to ask your prediction. Who do you have winning out of the Bessemer and So Icy?
When they if they play at
They play next week.
oh damn for real.
Mm-hmm. Hold
I
on.
mean I'm not gonna lie.
This
I
week.
got
I'm sorry, this week.
I'm not gonna lie. I got Bessemer. And I'm gonna tell you
No, no,
why.
I'm sorry, not Bessemer. Not Bessemer is So Icy in Rare Breed. I'm thinking of that war zone. Thinking of them supposed to be playing.
Jeez.
So Icy and Rare Breed. Who you got?
And so I see that. I mean, Rare Breed is that old Georgia Eagle team, ain't it?
Yeah,
Or that
yeah.
old RDE. I'm gonna take them.
You gonna take them?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Cause I
still
mean,
I'm still straddling, man, because I'm gonna be honest, bro. I got some stuff that I gotta factor in. Um,
what they split 1-1 last year.
nah, 2-1. So Icy.
So I see 1-2-1.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that they upgraded is putting Mark as the coach, basically, and added some players. And they took So I see back.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Rare.
Yeah. But they added some pieces too. They got some downhill back. So it all kind of, to me, it all worked. Only difference it worked out. The only difference is I want to say is that instead of the speed is more power.
Yeah, it's coming down to coaching regardless, though. So I
Yeah,
don't
so
know, man.
kind of judging by how they did the OG Ducks, like it just lets you know that they definitely on the highest level. You know what I'm saying? I think the OG Ducks is gonna be a really good team. They just, to me, they just on the same level as a Houston Wolfpack. Like they're gonna be able to beat some teams, but I don't think that those teams will be elite. You know what I'm saying? Like they would
And
just,
So I took the week off, didn't they?
yeah, they did. Well, they played one game versus the Georgia Packers.
Oh, that was work. That's cool. That still was good work.
Yeah, and so they was I guess supposed to play. Well, at least they was on the schedule. The tournament. So it ended up just being Houston Wolfpack playing versus Bessemer in a rematch, and Bessemer beat them, I believe, worse the second time that they played. So
I ain't gonna lie. Way Bessemer looking 10U, she's gonna be hard to stop.
hey, for real.
That trade is rolling.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them, bro. Shout
Actually,
out to them. Because like I say, man, they came to Georgia. So you would never hear me say nothing about them having to come back out here. Ever. Because they came out here. I mean, just to get the result that we wanted. Um, what do you say?
so that's big game this weekend.
Yeah. They got that. They got Frankfurt Chargers versus the Rare Breed, right? Two national champions. One AYF, one YNC. Then you got the East Side versus Voodoo. So I'm pretty sure everybody is gonna pick uh uh I mean not Voodoo, Walk 'em Down. East Side versus Walk
Welcome
'em
down.
Down
Yeah.
gang. So I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna pick them, walk down game to win it. Especially, with LA Mike and stuff. But yeah, bro, they got some really good football. So that game, so Icy game. What's the other one? The Rare Breed. They got a couple more other games, but yeah, bro, they got it. They got a stacked card. So Tim said, "What's good? Hey, what's up, Coach Tim?" Bay Family Football says, I'm gonna go So Icy. If So Icy can slow down the Kawasaki, right? H2R, aka Kazi, they'll be in the mix, right, to win, in my opinion. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna probably do a breakdown of what I believe like the keys to victory for So Icy to win, and then in the same for Rare Breed. Because Rare Breed, even though they held what's that name? OG Ducks to 12 points. I just don't know them for their defense. Now they have a high power offense for sure. But would you be able to manage and hold So Icy, to um not throwing the ball, right? Like kind of like Bessemer did, right? When they played versus Bessemer, they were, they were on the passing game, right? They was able to defend it really well. But the thing is, do Redbury have that same type of defense, in order to stop the kids? Because to be honest, the only team that has been able to stop them was Bessemer. But everybody else, bro, they throw the ball at will. Dakota has a high percentage of passing, and not just that, bro. He's a dual threat. He can run and pass. So I don't know, bro. Romello says no. Michael Beeman says I like walking down game, but East Side got some heart. He like in their size matches for sure. He said at Ray. He said, who the nine you playing? All right, so they play Frankfurt. He said Romello says we will beat Eastside babies. He says without LA. What the hell? He says we beat Eastside babies 30-0 last year.
Hey, man, for 11U show, man.
Yeah, it's different. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a little different. And they got that quarterback, man, number 2. So if he's able to get enough time, to as far as passing, I think he can pick any team apart. It's just that he has to have the time, which they do got a cool and decent line, but like, bro, he just ain't gonna be able to do it with his legs. And that's the number one
Right.
thing. Like, it's like, okay, I bet. Just try to run it and probably get about 2 or 3 yards, but at the same time, you risking injury, and not just that, like, like basically it makes y'all one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, just watch out for this number. Oh, he ain't gonna even pass the ball, he's just gonna run it. So now they watching out for the run. Tim said, Joe
Man.
Ken walk down game back in the conversation. I don't know who the hell took him out. Did you see that rankings? Oh my God.
Bro, I gave y'all the scoop on the rankings, bro.
Man, that is crazy, bro. I'm like,
But shout out to go ahead.
you cannot have Brick City legitimately at no point, or no level or no number for no 11U rankings, especially, you know what I'm saying? If you're a 7-1 org, like, I mean, it just don't make sense. Like, I get it, they good, but I don't know why, bro. Why do they keep avoiding this Georgia Eagle conversation? I keep saying, look, Georgia Eagles, they played up, they played a 13U. Okay. Y'all wouldn't be playing up. And in fact, right? Have you heard of the Georgia Rattlers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Yeah, I heard of them.
you heard of them?
Yeah.
All right. So look, they have literally all 11U players. All they players are 11. They got 3. Yeah, 3. They got 3 12U players. They're in a 12U league. They're not saying, "Hey, man, we only 11, and so we're gonna play in 11U." They're playing in 11U league. I mean, a 12U league, and they are, playing against some big boys in comparisons to them. So that's the same as Brick. It doesn't make me look at them like, "Oh yeah, y'all 11U." I mean, yeah, y'all got some 11U players, but y'all also got some 12U players. So therefore, you guys are 12. So I don't want to hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, we only 11. Nah, bro. Y'all got 12U players as well. And if y'all wanted to, y'all could have added, more. Aza, what's good? Faye Film, he says at Ken, he says rare 10U trenches are going to be tested this weekend as well. Yeah, man. And that's the other thing. They gotta be tested. And to be honest, bro, I definitely think that the OG Ducks is good, but they're not that good in when it comes to the trenches, bro. I don't think so. Romello says it's not difference. Eastside Babies is 7v17, man. TJ Slim says he says why Bessemer ain't played Voodoo. He says had them Eastside Babies play them twice. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Eastside Babies is the only team that I know that would be willing to play Voodoo every day if they can. Every day they will play Voodoo. And they'll win. I gotta say at this point, 10 out of 10, but I'll say 9 out of 10 times they're gonna beat them. Voodoo is gonna win. But nah, bro, like last year, even when you look at the state playoffs, they end up going straight to the championship because then nobody else want to play in the league because they heard Voodoo was in there. So that's weird. Chris Dogman says Bullies Reloaded 7U back outside this weekend. Hey man, I hope the game plan and the scheme a little different. He says, but Ken, you said you didn't know what was up the walk 'em down gang. He says you and Fanatic said you guys had seen them. He says when I asked about them earlier. Hold on, you said we hold on. You said you didn't know what was up with Walk 'em Down gang. He says I seen Walk Down gang versus the Outlaws. I think that's the last time I seen the Walk Down gang was versus the Orlando Outlaws. And yeah, man, I seen them from that point. I'm not sure which time you talking about, Coach. Michael Beeman says number 2 on Brick City could be a top back at 12U. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if we're gonna go probably 31 class, he the top back in the class.
Mm.
If we gonna go that, like I said, and then after him, I got LA Mike. If we talking about running backs, but yeah, per 2031, if he 2031, yeah.
He said Brick City is a preseason. Hold on. Brick City is a preseason team who are not going to hear from in December. Eastside Baby, some pain freaks, man.
Yeah.
Danton Patrick says Brick City is. I think he already put that twice. He says some pain freaks. He said they 0-4. They have nothing to lose.
I think we might be 20.
So of course they gonna play. Nah. I don't care if they 0-4. I don't care. That don't matter to me or whatever. The fact that they're willing to play games, right? That to me, that matters more than anything. Hey, go ahead, coach.
Yeah, so, man, I wanted to shout out the Fly Boys, man, beating the Hawk Boys 20-0 again, man. It's a good game. I don't know if y'all familiar with the Hawk Boys from Ohio. Yeah, man, it's 13 days, man. It's go time.
Yeah, so you hold on. What's the teams that you mentioned?
The Hawk Boys, Ohio, and then the Fly Boys. They won 20-0 this weekend.
Hey, Bobby Rose says, Ken, way to stand on that Brick City is a 12U team because it's better to say that than saying they are cheating. Yeah.
So Legacy Tar Heels 10U, y'all next.
He said walk down gang is hitting their stride right on time. Bugatti just got back. One of their beast players from one of their best players from, well, he says beast from Del Rey. Hey man, shout out to them. Shout out to Bugatti. Um bro, I think in college people are making it so bad. These parents, the way that they move, bro, is so terrible that, bro, they're gonna have rules that's gonna affect them so bad, bro, in the future. Because when people do stuff, it's literally like no plan. Okay, win. Long as we win, I'm okay. I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm not crying, and I'll stay with the team. You gonna have high schools, you're gonna have colleges that stands on principle. Now, in this youth football, you can't really get people to stand on principle. We talked about that earlier. But in high school, college, you got it. They're going to stand on principle, and they're not going to keep accepting, like, because I don't even think the portal is going to be a thing, for the probably in 5 years. Once they figure out, you know what I'm saying, how to shut that down, bro, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it was too much money involved.
You say what?
Yeah, there was too much money involved.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna shut the portal down
Nah,
because
they won't, and I'm gonna tell you
you said
why.
they won't.
Just like nah, it's too much money involved with the portal and NIL deals. I'm gonna tell you why. As you just witnessed for probably one of the first times ever, very in a long time, had a top 10 pick that choose to go back and play in college and get that bag. So niggas is gonna be staying in college, moving around for 5 to 6 years until they can max out getting that bag if they win that bag. Instead of going to the pros and going to a sad team to where they trying to not give you a bag, where you going to like the worst team when you a top draft pick. Cause that's why they wasn't no money like he wanted, and they was a trash team and he left. I forget what team it was on, but
Hey, I'm
long
glad.
as they letting shit like that
Yeah.
happen, the portal is gonna stay open. It's
Well, I'm
always gonna
saying
be a
I'm
business
talking about when I'm
decision.
saying that the portal is not going to be the portal no more. I'm talking about restrictions. Cause look, here's the
Yeah.
thing, Coach Trayvon, is what a lot of people ain't talking about. You have people going into the portal and they are losing scholarships and the money that they were supposed to be getting. They lose that after you go in the portal, you get a certain amount of time, right? Are supposed to get a certain amount of time to basically recant that situation. And if you go to another team, you gotta hope that they pick you up because they're not like you're not like guaranteed a scholarship or anything like that. So they might give you, they might just give you a scholarship, but not no money. They may just, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not for everybody. It's gonna
Nah, for
be
real.
for those top tier players, especially, bro, if you were one of those players that a lot of people didn't even check for. You know what I'm saying? You probably got maybe like one or two of them colleges that took a chance on you. And then you got people that thinking that they can go in the portal and just transfer just because, like, bro, those are going to be the people that end up being messed up in the end.
Yeah, you can't. Everybody can't do it. That's the problem. Everybody thinking that their kid or whatever is above. You know what I mean? The process. That's what it is. But some kids, with certain talents, can do it. Like rare kids, like B5 and stuff like that. You know, they can do them as they choose. But you got to be rare to do shit like that. But everybody be, thinking they kids should get more praise than what they should and trust the process. So that's what it is too. But hey, let's gonna learn. We all learning.
Hold on. Is this crazy though, coach? I just want to know your opinion. He says you want Brick City to play 12U Georgia Eagles is crazy. If that's the case, Voodoo should be willing to play Brick. He says 2 months cutoff is way different than 1-2 year difference. He says playing 12 and 13-year-olds, and Brick still got 10 and 11-year-olds. All right, so let me say this, and I want to know your opinion, Coach Trevon. So, did you know, based off of age and that cutoff, TJ, that if they wanted to, a lot of the Georgia Eagles can literally be playing on voodoo? Did you know that? Because they meet that age requirement and cutoff. Did you know that? So how fair would it, like, if they decided to do that, how close do you think it would be, right, to y'all? Like, how do y'all think that it will make a world of difference, or do you just think that, like, what y'all doing is somewhat of an advantage? Because if you want to really be real, right, the teams that y'all will be, the Georgia team that y'all will be playing is y'all age.
Yeah.
That like that's what I'm trying to say. They are your age. Georgia Eagles is damn near your age.
Y'all killing me with that, with trying to justify something. Look, man, this is as simple as it get, TJ. No matter how you put it, the world are we going as the tournament that we're trying to play is July 1st cutoff. Okay, let's get that understood. What we're doing, what we built our team upon, is trying to compete for that national. So we're all are the same age. If any of us wanted to put a May kid on our team and we're building our team, we would have to then go 12U INC. That's just the rules. That is simple as it is. No matter what y'all say, no matter if they in the same class or not. Just like if we wanted to build our team around AYF, we will be building around 731. It would just be simple as that. And if we decided to get a 7-1 kid, that means we can no longer play in the AYF league. So you either follow the rules or play in your perspective cutoff date that you like. Again, if any team on a 10U, 11U level was to add a May cutoff team, they will be so much better and bigger, faster, and stronger. The same, because the same way you yell in Brick City got some 10, 11-year-olds on their team with a couple older kids, a lot of these 11U July teams got a whole bunch of 9 and 10-year-olds on their team. It's all mixed up at the end of the day, but it's what you want to go for a national. Just like MVU, they were an AYF team, Mac Dolphins, AYF champs. But now, since they want to come over to a cutoff where they are younger, now they want to get on a better playing field. They are now recruiting July 1st kids. So now they qualify to be the six to stay for the YNC race. So it's just that simple. Drop the kids, play up, or just play up. It's just the rules. Now, if you want to say, fuck it, let's put together an all-star game against 31 kids, 31 kids, just same year, fuck it. Everybody in 2030 can get on the team and we can bang, bang, boogie, boogie, bang, bang. If you're going, and I got to stop saying that. I've seen a comment just say, so you don't give the same praise to the AYF kids that play July 1st. Nigga, we're not begging to play no 7 teams. You don't see why. And if a 731 team beat a YNC team, they get all the praise. Oh, they younger and they beat an older team. Yeah, you get praise for beat an older team. You don't get praise for being an older team and beating a younger team, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
That is just that simple.
Mm.
So can we stop the conversation? Because again, whatever lane you want to be in for national, you know the cutoff date. If you want to be a Super Bowl state champion, the best 2031 team, you got it. Say we the best 2031 dominant team. Because going by 11U cutoff, you don't qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Stop this shit, bro. Just stop the conversation.
So y'all the best, y'all the best 5-1. Y'all the number 1 5-1 team. Coach Tim says, yeah, that number 2 Brick City is the truth. He says, yo, and what Supreme you think they looking like last year? Hold on, let me say. He said, "What about Supreme? You think they looking like last year?" Yes, they're gonna dominate. They're like they're too good for majority of these teams. Now I want to see them play versus the NWO. I want to see them play versus them. And for the most part, man, they just got a lot of pieces, and they got the top linebacker.
So before Brick got hot, I'm gonna say this one more time. Before Brick got hot, we had a huge debate between Rare Breeds and Southfield Falcons. What event are they gonna play in? A YNC event, a SEALs event, or AYF event, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had that huge debate before Brick. They act like they just been hot for years. Nigga, I've been running AU, our age group since AU. Y'all just came out 10U year after Voodoo out, all this other shit. You know how the Indy Firehawks got put on the flame poster where everybody ain't shit? Because I was loudmouth like Brick City saying we this, we that, we gonna be this and that, whoop-de-whoop, we gonna go around, we went around. But we ain't had older kids, or we would have been dominating everything else. You know what I mean? But we the loudmouth doing all that. So just bruh, like it just be making my head hurt because they just went through the AYF and the YNC shit a couple years ago. They just with the Southfield and Rare.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they playing on this. Then they played them again and blew their ass second time. Like, oh, they do this, they do it. Like, bro, that shit. Like, stop it, bro.
He says take two off Brick City and SED won that game. And that's the thing. So why we talking about somebody older that shouldn't be on there. Take him off. Yeah. Los,
Like,
huh?
like City. Yeah, y'all beat that 12U team in Texas. We beat a 12U team this weekend. Did you hear me broadcast it? Because they was 12 and we know we was 11. We didn't we beat a 12U team this weekend too. But did y'all play against a top 12 team like DEA? If y'all would have beat them or kept it close, then talking about it. Test it. Then we'll be talking about them waters. Y'all played a team that SED beat the same 12U team.
Mm.
Like, come on now.
He said, shout out to Tampa Bay Jags for thinking Smyrna was sweet. He said got B2A. Hey man, shout out to them for traveling, bro. Hey, you know it's sad when you got to thank people for traveling and give them a shout out just for doing what's supposed to be done. So, Jay says they not shutting the portal down. He says that came because of the courts. I mean, no.
They didn't open up the portal in the high school out here in our shit. They changed
Yeah,
the
you
district
see
shit.
that's what I'm saying. They gonna put restrictions to it. It's gonna only be exceptions. You know what I'm saying? Right now,
Yeah.
you do what you want. Now, like basically what they're saying is I think what they're gonna say is like, okay, y'all was able to move when you wanted, just go up and leave, right? I think it's gonna be conditions. You probably lose a year. You probably, you know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be something like that.
I think it was that defensive tackle, a defensive player, Faith and Family. But man, Seal, bro, how you gonna say they haven't been letting you in our age group discussion for national ball ever? I don't care what they're doing with Delray in Florida football. They can be relevant in Florida football. They have never been relevant in national football. Boynton has been national football in their league before Brick City has been national news. Come on, bro. Stop that shit.
So for them, he says y'all gotta start having the same energy when YNC teams play 731 teams. He says y'all keep slamming Brick City for their cutoffs. He says y'all call other teams out for running with younger teams. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Only reason I ask teams to play like in AYF is because I was trying to help them get exposure. And
That's
then not just that, Darian, I am the one that talked to Coach Craig, or well, Craig, about making AYF 731. I mean 7-1. I'm sorry, 7-1. So it's not like I'm trying to give anybody a competitive edge. The coaches don't want to do 7-1. They said, "Oh, I'm happy with it the way it is." So when it came to that point, guess what I said? Then stop complaining. Either stop playing them or stop complaining. Because I'm tired of hearing y'all playing teams and then turn around and say, "Oh, well, they 7-1. They older." But
can you
listen,
please
here is a chance and an opportunity to present a way that y'all can be on an even playing field. Craig didn't have a problem with it. It's the coaches. So it's not me. I have the same energy. I definitely had the same energy. My thing was right. With Brick City, I said, okay, allow them to get their 7-1s. Oh, you mean to tell me Voodoo scared? Oh, they ain't got the same roster. I mean, they can't play with the roster that they have. I say, look, you already set your roster up to have older players. Now, if y'all was on a level playing field, because if you really want to be real, because they talked about Voodoo playing in a 12U, if you really want to be real, just based off that, Voodoo can literally, since y'all want to say it's based off league, Voodoo can have 1-1 players if they wanted to, because they are playing up. So if they wanted to get older players, they can have older players on their team right now. But instead, even though they playing in a 12U, they are basically built and designed to play a 7-1 roster. They could have got older players, but they didn't. And my biggest thing with anybody is, why are you so fixated at being the older team, calling out a younger team, but unwilling to allow the younger team to get the same age type players? 7-1 players are not against AYF getting older players that are 7-1. But it seems like they were trying to guilt people for trying to get other 5-1 players. That's the difference. And not just that, there's no 5-1 nationals. So there, which means that they didn't even gear they roster towards that. But he said Ohio got better football than any Midwest state. He said by far, high school and little league. Bobby says all 11U teams shouldn't play Brick City, because in their heads, if they keep playing 11U, they are 11U. So you should just scrimmage. He said y'all never mentioned a disadvantage. He said y'all never mentioned a disadvantage when YNC teams have an advantage. He says have the same energy all around. Hey, Darren, I know that has to be to Coach Trevon. That definitely has to be to him, because yeah, I definitely kept the same energy. He says, agree. Brick City got 4 players in 5-1. He says Georgia Eagles got 30 kids at 5-1. Listen. You say that's a big difference, right? So since you're sitting there and saying that they got 30 kids at 5-1, right? Now let me say this. That means that they have more older kids than the other team, right? So therefore, don't Brick got more older kids than the other team? So what's the difference? So since they only have 4, we got to base it off 4? No, that's not how it works.
let me tell a nigga this. Just because you got 4 kids and that's the only amount you got for that cutoff, and you tell me, hey, we gonna play May cutoff, nigga, I'm gonna go grab 20 May cutoffs. I don't give a damn if you only got 4. You said May cutoff.
And you
I'm
didn't
gonna
care
have
that you had
20 of
more
them.
at advantage when
I
you
don't
had
give
it.
a care
So
how many you got.
you get to determine how many I have, but it was okay when you had more. So if I add more, I got to get the exact amount that you have. No, bro, it don't work that way.
Y'all crazy. And then
So
this
since you
another
only
thing.
got 4, that means that I only can get 4. Nah, bro. Nah. He said I get that, but he said I get that and understand the rule. He said Brick City has 4. He says out of 40 plus kids, and he says that don't meet the cutoff. Georgia Eagles probably have more than 12-year-olds. Listen, again, I don't care if they have 4. That means they have more, and one of them they biggest playmakers. Okay, so therefore that's a disadvantage.
All right, I want to ask Cecile this question. I hope he's still on here. Since you a event hoster and you do rankings, and I know you started doing the independent rankings and the AYF rankings, so when you throw in these events, how come you don't have the independent bracket and the AYF bracket, or you always have everybody in the same bracket where you know the July 1st teams got a advantage? Since you're anti 731 playing 7-1, you should make your brackets fair then, because you know when you have the best teams or the top hottest teams are all 7-1. They all, I think SCD is 731, but they may have a couple 7-1s. But I know their program was built on 731. But other than that, in SCD, like after Pac Prom left, now they became the face of Texas, but they was 7-1. So it's
Yeah,
like,
he did responded, but Eric says this. He says that's not true, right? Because some teams playing for battle are 731. He says these guys are brainwashed. Now let me tell you this. Some kids that are playing for battle are 731, right? Now let's see something. Mac Dolphins is going Y&C. Am I correct, Trayvon?
yeah,
Mac Dolphins just put out a what?
7-1.
A 7-1, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So therefore, do you hear anybody that's in a Y&C saying, man, nah, bro, y'all had a 731 roster, man. Now y'all trying to change to a 7-1. Nope.
We know shit just got even.
They looking for it to be even. Nobody, yeah. That's why I was saying my whole thing for having teams that are 731, right, to even play some of these 7-1 teams is the exposure aspect. Other than that, I don't care what they do. I don't.
Shit.
I do not care what they do.
With them and DMVU switching over to Y&C 7-1 or whatever you want to call it. Shit, AYF just got a whole lot more D2ish. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, it's gonna be some, it's wide open for y'all. Legacy it's wide open for Legacy and Southfield Falcons. It's wide open for them boys.
But this is like Chris is the person, bro. I don't think he gets it, bro. He don't get it. He don't get it. Like he said, why are we talking hypotheticals? All that tournament talk has nothing to do with playing a game. Either you can beat Brick roster or you can't. So his thing is like, why not go with the team that you already have? Even though my team, right, was established at an older age. So therefore, I'm going to have older players, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to have older players. I'm going to put myself at an advantage and you at a disadvantage because you prepared to have a different age group. And so I'm saying, just like I did with the AYF, I'm saying, okay, cool. You got 5-1s. All right, now let them, Voodoo or whoever, add their 5-1s. And he's not okay with that. Oh, man, they can't win with the roster they already have. Bro, you are so fixated at being the one that's added an advantage. Even though, again, I still think Voodoo beat Brick City with all of the ones that they have. I just think that. That's just my personal, opinion. But his thing is he's so fixated on being the beneficiary. Like he since because if the tables was turned, right, they wouldn't be complaining about, oh, well, the Georgia Eagles have 30 more they have 30 players
All right.
older.
Hey, what's his name? Uh, the Seal. You right. YNC ain't the only exposure, but you know what? To some people, it's the best exposure. Just like Nike, Jordan, you rather have wear Jordans. It's just what brand you want. It's just a better brand. Some people will argue to death that Jordan is the best shoes ever, but some people say, nah, I think K Swisses or these Air Maxes got the best designs. Like, stop it, bro. Stop it. Everybody wants to be at the YNC under the lights. That's just what it is. It's okay.
Man,
Everybody want to say they played the Voodoos. Everybody want to say they played the Words and the So Ices. Everybody wants to say they played those teams.
but I'm gonna give my guy, I'm gonna give my dog, man, his credit, man. He definitely doing some great work, help exposing them kids, bro. The seal.
No,
So
he do. He
shout
do.
out to Darren, man, because writing articles, all that stuff, bro.
But he got his people that follow his brand that only like the seal, like R&R Top 100. You got people that only go to their events for their all-star events. It's just what your people like. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Jay says the worst thing folks say is when they get to high school, they'll play with older kids. He says, okay, so let's just let a 14-year-old play 11U, right? Two, then he said, no need for rules. Yeah, man. He said, but battle teams call AYF teams out all the time.
Like who? Please name like who?
Because the Frankfurt Chargers in Rare Breed is happening because I asked Frankfurt Chargers, to play.
Like
Uh,
who?
and coach was like, man, if I come down there, bro, I'm only gonna play Rare Breed. His thing is he only wants to play Rare Breed. Rare Breed wasn't checking for them. I basically had to ask Coach Patrick to play versus them.
Name me a YNC team that's chasing an AYF team, please. Unless you in the same state and it's like a rivalry thing and y'all just do different leagues. Please.
Hey TJ, like I'm with you, right? He says to hell with the cutoff, folks. He said just wanted to see the game. He said I think both should put their roster out and let's see who's overall older. He says just because Brick got 4 kids who missed cutoff by a month or two. He said don't mean Voodoo don't have more kids born in 13. Okay. I can tell you this. They oldest star ain't the X factor or that's older than what he's supposed to be. I can assure you that. The thing about it is if your playmakers is older, that's almost like me graduating high school. I mean, this is a crazy comparison. It is. But I just want you to see how bizarre it is to me. I graduate high school, somehow sneak back in high school, just like that kid did. I don't know if you heard this. This was a while ago. They found out that man was like 21, but he was playing high school. What's the difference? You're too old, bro. You can't do specific things. Like I don't get why that's so hard for people to understand. Two blunts with T, please. He says He said, I'm still confused about how teams even get into YNC. He says, because I feel like there are a lot of good teams He says, I get that last year champ get an invite. No, basically they invite the top teams, maybe like the top 4 or 5 teams, and then the rest just got to go and register. That's it. You call, you register to get in. You know, just like my guy, man, Darian. Like, it's not hard to get in these events, but now if you're not talking to the right people, yeah, it's gonna feel like it's hard. He said, but come on. He said, let's address the elephant in the room about the portal coaches. He said, everyone knows they making changes because of Coach Saban said what he said about the portal. And that might be the case, but guess what? I see changes coming. He says they sprinkled Y&C dust on these dudes. Man, listen. Hey, Eric, you're not about truth, bro. You about feelings, bro. That's the thing. Because if you can't answer what I'm saying with logic and you just keep saying like, bro, you're not even making sense. He says, I'm not lobbying for 731, just saying y'all never asked 7-1 to drop kids to play 731. He says you just use it to slam brick. Not me. I was one of the ones that advocated for them to play last year. I did. But the reason, and I'm gonna tell you, the reason why I'm going as hard as I am this year is because he came in the season knowing that he wanted to try to go, he wanted to try to play for the Y&C, right? This is something that he wanted to do last year. But then you make the same mistake. Nah, bro, I'm not for that. I get it. Last year, like I said, I'm all for it. But if you come in making the same mistake and then saying, ah man, I just can't, we just didn't want to let these kids go. They've been with us for X, Y, and Z long. Who fault is that? So it ain't just about 7-1. It's about you knowing what's supposed to be done, but you're bucking what's supposed to be done. That's just like, somebody coming to the SEAL event, right? Southern Hospitality, which is a great event that's coming up, right? If you got room, definitely tap in with him, right? And they coming in saying, like, no, I'm not playing them. You gonna change my game to who I want you to play, change my game to. You're gonna be like, hold on, bro. Who the hell you think you are to determine and dictate my rules and the team, my brackets that I already have established? It's the same thing. They came in here knowing that they wanted to play in the Y&C. So that's the biggest issue right now. And then they came in there knowing that they want to play in Y&C, but I want to play the Y&C teams with my older roster. Like, nah, that's not okay. I don't see nobody in 731 or 7-1 doing that. He said, especially when some of those national teams get beat during the season. Um, he says they haven't, and they still say they're the best in the world. He says, when they do, he said, let's revisit. All right, 7-1 teams are playing within the rules, right? It's very simple, not that hard to grasp. That's all it is, bro. One playing in the rules, one not. He said, exposure isn't just Y&C. Dang, I'm behind. He said, oh, okay, hold on, coach. I didn't even know you asked to be on. My bad, my bad, my bad. All right, let me send this link real quick. All right, let me send this link right quick with my guy. Um, it says this seal. All right, hey, Darren, I sent it to you, bro. I didn't even know you asked, bro. I'm up there reading these, talking and all that. Um, he says for a team that's never won a national championship, yeah, I had sent it to your link. I mean to your stuff. He says for a team that never won a national championship, they sure do think they can make rules. And that's the whole thing, Amy. Like, like, come on, bro. You gotta be, I ain't gonna never tell you to be humble, but be grateful, appreciative of opportunities. You know what I'm saying? It says all roster modification requests says your team isn't good enough to win as is. Say that. Bruh, you don't even make no sense, bruh. You sound silly. My guy Christopher Jared sounds silly, bruh. You sound silly as hell. Conform. This is what you sound like. Conform to what we saying. Although you are a national team, you are abiding by your national rules, right? Let's just say that team that you structured to be that way, right? Let's just say that you're scared to conform to what we want. Like that's what you're saying. And y'all ain't did nothing but won y'all league. And y'all ain't did nothing impressive because Delray won how many years straight? 5? 5 years? Yeah. Mike, he said, wasted too much time with these. He said, I wish they would just do one cutoff age. Exactly. Let's just do one. Call a spade a spade. He says he says they win with 5-1 means nothing. And you can't even count them. That's the cold part that Christopher not understanding. You can't even count. They can't even count the SED win. He says, yeah, last night Generation Next show says enough. These guys officially are battle. Man, hey, that's wild, brother. That's wild. That's wild. He says, I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, me too. He said, not one person is going to tell Voodoo what to do. Kevin says, what Coach Cat and Darian do for the kids is unmatched. He says, I've been to a lot of events, and R&R is the best in my opinion, man. Hey, bro, Coach Darian them is look, bro. That man does so much for them kids, man. I'm only trying to match it, you know. He says they knew last year what to do. They didn't do it. So why do we keep discussing this? Hey, I don't know. Somebody always brings it up, and then it's it's silly to me. He said, all I'm saying, Ken, is overall, who's the younger team? Put rosters side by side. He says by dates of birth to see the real difference between how rosters are constructed. He says based off leagues, Voodoo could be older overall. Is all I'm saying. Well, I say this. Like you could be right. You definitely could be right. But Voodoo don't have nobody that's too old. That's the whole thing. Bobby says, see, this why he said this why I was saying don't play because in these comments it's going the rules is the rules. Simple. 7-1 and 31. 731. Ignorance is crazy. He says again, playing in YNC said only became a thing because that's where Voodoo hid to avoid playing straight up. He says no one was looking to drop kids for the entire season for that. Bro, drop your kids. Damn. I mean, yeah, they too old. They don't make nobody rules, nobody roster. They don't have a national for them. So what? You know what I'm saying? Cole, what the hell you talking about, bro? He said, but when you drop a link, what, bro? This dude be straight getting on me, bro. I don't even be like on whatever time you talking about, Coach Mark. He says, bro, you spinning a false narrative. He says they didn't switch because they league is 5-1. They already said they will sit. They will sit them 4 players. Yeah, that was after. What's up, my guy?
What's going on, fam?
Not much. I'm tired of this dang topic, man. It just always comes up. It always. But like what I was saying is I've already said to the 731s, right? I said, look, I'm only asking because I think that you're a good team. Like I would like to, try to help get the exposure to the people that's over here that knows who I am. Would you like to play them, right? And then those teams, they play, some of them win, some don't. My thing was the coaches that actually look to play them 7-1 teams and then complain about them being older. And then I had Craig on here saying, hey, man, listen, long as the coaches agree, bro, I'd make it 7-1. So like my thing wasn't just to keep them on an uneven playing field, right? Just like Mac Dolphins just did. They was 731. Now they looking for 7-1s. The thing about the 7-5-1s is that in the season, right? Let's go to last season. Yoshi and them, okay, they win 5-1. You didn't know. You tried to go there. Cool, right? You tried to go to YNC. I bet that's cool, right? You couldn't get in because your age. This year, you knew that you still was trying to go to that particular national. Why didn't you structure your team for that particular national? Is my only question.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely I agree with that. I think you should structure your team like that. But we can't act like them rules ain't been bent before. Like I was here since the conception of what YNC is. You know what I'm saying? So like it can't act like the rules don't be bent when they want them to be bent, But I get what everybody's saying though. It is true, but I'm just saying like that's like that around the whole board. Like what I'm saying basically is, at the end of the day, we can scream about that, and that's fair. It's supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be a fair playing field. Like if you want to be a part of something, you have to be up under those guidelines, and there's no cutting the corners with it. But at the same time, if rules been bent before for that to happen, for them situations to happen, because I remember the Plantation Wildcats who had Mark Fletcher and Blake Murphy, and Damon Brown, Damari Brown. Like when they had them, like they were playing in YNC, they were AYFL team. PPO, who played the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes 2017, was a 13U team at AYFL, but we recognized them as a 14U nationally, so they had to play in the 14U division, even though they were calendar year, they didn't turn 15. So it ain't like it has happened before. It's when they want it to happen. But I get it. If you want to be a part of something, you got to be up under those guidelines.
Yeah. So the other thing is when they say, hey, like Voodoo is saying, man, okay, all right, Brett, bet. Drop these kids or whatever, or let me add some. But then you say, all right, cool, we'll let you add some players, but you can only add 4. And my thing, what I'm saying is, no, hold on. Like, how are you dictating how many players they add? You wasn't saying that, oh, well, we got this amount of people more, older, like age-wise, right? So, like, we're not okay with, how am I trying to service this? So basically, me having older kids, I'm okay with that. But then I'm not okay with you having more older kids than me is the issue. So you can get 5-1s, but it can only be 4.
But why would a team want to screw up their chemistry just to add for one game? Like if
I
I
don't
want
know.
to see, this is what I'm saying. I feel like that. This is what I'm saying. I'm not lobbying for no age division. I watch all football, and I know exactly the product I'm watching when I'm watching it and what it's there for. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I know the difference between UYFL, AYF, and YNC. YNC, you go see some you see next level talent anywhere, but you more receptive to seeing it more so YNC. And then everybody keep acting like the age cutoff don't. I don't care about the age cutoff. Let's just not use it when it's convenient. That's all I'm saying. If you can play a younger team, you can play an older team. That's all I'm saying. Nobody ever asked YNC teams to take their kids off. the AYF teams know exactly what they in for. They coaches signed up for it, and they know it'll make their kids better. They don't cry about it. That's why I was saying I wasn't lobbying for 731. All I'm lobbying for is you gotta have the same energy around the whole
For
board.
sure.
I really don't care about that. I think they should play how they is, and I think Jim Voodoo got just a good enough chance to beat them. But it's not my team. That's their coaches and their choices. And at the end of the day, they want the rules to be on even playing field. You can't be mad at them for that. Like that's what they want.
You know what I think it is? I think it's more so like kind of like Coach Blue with with Coach Mark. He doesn't feel like I'm gonna be on your time, right?
Yeah, real talk. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like I'm coming to you. If you hear Yoshi and them talk, right?
Mhm.
They're coming like they are the ones that won 5 nationals, and it's a privilege for you to play versus them.
Mhm.
Voodoo, like, man, look, bro. All right, bet you want to play with us. All right, cool. Get rid of these players. You know, we could do that. Yoshi,
I don't want to
100
see
times.
that. I don't want to see that game if it has any alterations.
You don't?
I don't want to see that game if it has any alterations. I think Voodoo could beat Brick.
I do too. We
But
along the same line.
it's not my team. It's not my team. It's their choices. I got the utmost respect for them because I love the product they put on the field. It's undeniable. It's must-see TV. It's prime beef. It's Wagyu. Like that's what it is. But it's their rules. They earned that right. Like 5-time champ. Hey man, they on their Floyd shit.
For sure. And that's what what I'm on. But like,
But Brick gotta be okay with not playing Voodoo because at the end of the day, like that shouldn't make or break your team. Like at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you a team slated in a certain slot. You like only person slated in that slot, and happy that other teams didn't care about it and they gave you a shot to play as yourself. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? So they got a fulfillment of that. Man, listen, make our own national championship trophies. Shit.
Hey, you made a statement earlier. You said you got to be willing to play younger teams and older teams, right?
Yeah.
So I said to them, I say, look, cool. Let's get the voodoo game, right? And then after y'all play voodoo, then since y'all considered a 12U team, why don't you play the Georgia Eagles?
Man,
Not willing.
that ain't the same though,
It's
King.
the
That ain't the
same, Darren. It's
that's
the
almost
same.
a year difference.
Man, cut that on, man, so I can see you. It's the same, man. It's the same.
It's a year. It ain't the same. It's a year difference. Come on now.
Nah, hey, they got hold on,
Year difference.
Darren.
If it's not a year difference, it's a 10-month difference.
But look. Here's the whole thing. Did you know that they actually have players that can be playing on voodoo right now? If they went 5-1?
See again.
Yeah, they would have had
You
that
speaking
chemistry by now.
hypothetical. I don't want to see that product with that. Like, so I can't fathom that. And no kids who playing with Georgia Eagles look like they belong. Why would they want to dumb themselves down to playing with younger ones?
Hey, look, I'm just saying, if they were playing on the same level of playing field, they would have had those players on voodoo.
I get that, but that's what I say. I get that. The game can happen with alterations. I just don't want to see it. I want to see a pure game. I want to see a pure product. Just like if I see AYF teams play a YNC team, I wouldn't want the YNC team to drop their kids for what? Like, players who you are. You playing football. Let's go get everybody better at the end of the day in some form of fashion. Depends on how you translate that information.
Yeah, but I blame AYF for this whole 5-1, 7-1,
How you playing AYF?
8-1. I blame AYF because after they lost, the whole thing is the excuse amongst the coaches, man. We played against the older team, but we held our own. We did this, bro. They started that, I'm actually, looking to get more into more known or well acquainted with the 731s. But man, if I hear this one more time, bro, I'm gonna scream on this mic for
What?
about 5 minutes straight.
About what? About this subject?
Yeah, about
About this
man,
stuff?
yeah, man, like yeah. We hung with an older crowd. I mean, older group,
Yeah,
man.
I don't accept that. If you step between the lines, you know what it was. If you win, you would have wore it on your chest. At the end of the day, like I say, it's a lesson in everything, man. And I think you only get better. I mean, you become a sharper mind if that's how you look at it as a coach. Like sometimes I wish they relied more on coach than getting Timmys and Jimmys. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if a lot of that was stepped up, we enjoy a lot more football. But man, shout out to all those people that like you guys, y'all make my job easier. I'm not gonna lie, cause I'm like, what's your heartbeat like, man? He got to be the hardest working man in the industry, man. Salute to him. He's everywhere. If you want to catch up on any type of football, check him out. And y'all guys been going even harder this year. Man, stay consistent like y'all doing, man, and putting this football out to everybody. I don't want nobody to always feel like I'm on one side because I'm attracted to it. At the end of the day, I've been in this industry 15 years, and truthfully, honestly, I love what I do with AYF because it gives me a different perspective on things. Like I want to know where football played at everywhere. And with AYF and its growth, and like right now they got a Hawaii league finna be in there, and I'm probably gonna be scouting that. I talked to my guy from Team Oahu. He's building something out there in the JP League. So like just to be able to go to nationals and be able to see any walk of life, that's different for me. I get it though, but everybody want to watch the talent that's on the field at YNC, because YNC is undeniably a game where you see a lot of stars that you probably go see 3-4 years down the line. So they put a good product on the field. I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully watching some lives of that. But y'all guys been killing it though, bro. Like man, salute to you guys, man. You and Fanatic, man. And y'all motivate me to go hard at my job and make sure I get as much as information I can. I've been quiet, but I've been quiet with reading reason, man. Southern up this week is gonna be a movie. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, that's the other thing, man. I was trying to get you on here for the later time
Okay.
because it was, your event coming up. I helped a lot of other people promote that. I was trying to get you on here so we could talk about that as well. You
Man, we could
know,
do that, man. Just let me know. Now I'm kind of free now. Like people don't understand running these events, man. You got to be everything to yourself. You got to be a accountant, your secretary. You got to be all that. So I got all the schedules up, man. I even did Northern schedule already, and Northern is just gonna be. I think Northern gonna be just as big as Southern, man. I got so much heat in Northern, man. I ain't gonna even hold you, boys. I got some nice stuff at Southern though too that I want to see who come out on top. So I got some good 9U. I think everybody know about River Boys 9U. Nobody never seen them. They go get the matchup against North Carolina Giants. That's gonna
mm,
that's gonna be a good test for them because everybody think River Boys just D2 tough or whatever. But we go find out this weekend if they can make it out of here or somebody go dethrone them. But they ain't ducking no smoke.
yeah. Hey, so we can go on what Zorts and see the scheduling.
Yeah, go on Zorts and see the schedule. I ain't put Northern up yet, but Southern's up already. Like I say, we it's tournament style this year because I really wanted to crown like an outright champ and not be responsible for getting everybody the smoke that they want. Because if they don't get a certain opponent, they be like, "Oh man, I really wanted to play them," and then it be like, "Did you really want to play them?" So
Yeah.
now it's in your hand to control if you go run into the big dog like you think you are. You know what I'm saying? So they get to test themselves, man. Championship games will be streamed on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to it, man. Got Northern coming up too, so that's coming right 2 weeks after this. So we doing some big things, man.
Yeah,
Trying to see as many teams as we can, man.
I'm glad you're doing that this year because I can't see another North Philly and Bounty Boys 12 you. I can't see that again. You know, luckily, Bounty Boys went on a tear, man. They
Yeah,
they wasn't taking no losses.
yeah. It's
They
it. I want to see the new version this year. I saw little glimpses and stuff, but I ain't gonna lie, that East Coast is real strong this year, and I got a strong 13U at Northern. I got a strong. I wasn't able to do 13U at Southern because I only had two teams and one commitment, so I really wasn't able to do that. But I got a couple of 14s, so I'm hyped about that. And my 12U division is 10 teams deep, so and it's a couple of teams on there I think trying to prove something. So I'm gonna get to see who go prove themselves in it. I'm excited about it.
so I gotta ask one more question, man,
What's
because I
up?
know you give a unfiltered, eloquent response.
What's up?
What's up with these teams, man? These coaches pulling out of games, bro, without even letting people know that they not gonna be there.
Man, I ain't gonna even lie, man. That's kind of like I don't know, man. These coaches just different now, man. Like they don't. It ain't no shame in their game, man. That's why sometimes you gotta hold them to something. You gotta get something out of them in return and make them go not pull that crap, but they'll still pull it though.
Yeah. So, all right. Last question for you.
Mm-mm.
Who you got winning this coming week? Rare breed, so icy.
I watched So Icy versus DMVU. That was a really good game. Um, that's a hard one to pull because I want to say So Icy go um, come in with more of the experience, and this probably gonna be Martin's biggest test with somebody that matched them in the trenches with the speed and the athleticism. Um, but dog, like no matter how arrogance comes with earning that stripe, man, I can't go against the Marcus, bro. Like that boy got some type of magic going on with him, boy. Jesus. Man, salute to that man, man. He keep reinventing himself and he got another group and they just look like, man, everything he touches gold right now, man. He got a leprechaun over here, son. Hey man, send that leprechaun my way to Marcus, dog. Send that leprechaun my way. I'm trying to hit the numbers. But I'm gonna go with the Marcus though. I'm gonna go. I can't not pick against that staff. I seen that staff in pressure situations. I mean, like man, what they did last year was just like, man, like
Crazy, right?
that like the grit of that staff, man. Like you just gotta salute it on that and salute him on that, man. You know, like his arrogance is earned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, you gotta walk it like you talking and he doing it, man. Salute to him. Like, so Icy coach, he up and coming, man. He go get his time, but you going to get some coat right now. Pick up some knowledge from it, and I'm quite sure they go play again. Because one thing about them Atlanta teams, boy, they will play 3 to 4 times a year. I
Yeah,
like Georgia Eagles in Twin City.
yeah, man. So it's crazy that you say that because then they play this this coming week, and then they play. I think after what they get a bye, then they play a team, and then the next game they play each other again.
Wow, that's too much, man. I ain't giving nobody that many looks at me, man. See me when you see me, man. I ain't keep running my head into the same wall, bruh. Like, nah, let me recuperate and get right, and then we run it back. Nah, that's too many times, bruh. I ain't.
But you know it's crazy. This is what happened last year.
Yeah,
It's
they
the,
gotta
it's the
stop
same.
running into each other, man.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So like it kind of pan out or whatever. But hey, man, I appreciate your time.
No
And
problem, bro.
hey, for y'all, bro, y'all hit that like button. I'll be back on later on. Hey, man, if you got some time, bro, come back on and talk about talk about the event again. And
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk some football. We have Fanatic on though.
Yeah, man, for real, man. I've been wanting to pick y'all brain because y'all been at the games and stuff. So yeah, man, I've been watching y'all work, man. Keep dropping their videos, man.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But hey, man, y'all be blessed. Hit that like button on the way out. Also, subscribe. Thank you.